Hello everyone, this is your boy Kaisasaki here. Today we're gonna watch the review of raken. This is an old video, so nowadays the spec gonna be different, the metal gonna be different. It have a lot of version now, so yeah, it's gonna be different. But this is raken from Squid Industry and the review from Will Hirsch. Without any more delay, let's watch it.
What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be checking out the Squid Industries raken. Now this knife is probably the best knife you can buy right now that you shouldn't touch. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I promise I'll explain in a minute. Let's get cracking.
Let's go.
Now before I start gushing about this knife, let's go ahead and talk about the specs. This knife is a raken from Squid Industries. It's 10 inches long with 5.6 inch handles and a 4.5 inch blade. It weighs 4.33 ounces and uses AEB-L type steel, which is a weird steel that I've never heard before, but it's probably good, so let's move on. For the handles, it uses 7075 aluminum alloy and it runs on Zen pins and bushings. Alright, now that we've covered the specs, let's get all the cons of this knife out of the way first. And there are a few cons, so I just want to go over them all now. First of all, the Zen pin nipple is a little bit sharp.
Of course we're gonna do that. Oh, I remember this. Well, the thing, because Zen pin nipples, if you guys does not know about bell saw or butterfly knife, Zen pin nipple is the stub in the end of the blade. So it will make a contact with Zen pin. So the Zen pin will stop the two handles from slap on each other. You know, when slap make it bad, it can make a lot of blade and a lot of tabs, which is we don't want. You're gonna blade rub and it ruin most of the knife. So yeah, this is the first version after all.
Okay, but seriously, when I got this knife, I was super impressed. It comes in a pretty simple cardboard box, and it comes with a very cute sheath, and also it comes with a sticker. Now, unfortunately, this won't magnetize to your fridge, but that's okay. Now, Squid also made sure to send me some rad swag in the box, and
nice.
I probably won't do anything with it.
I'm sorry to spoil this. I know you're gonna do a review, but yes, Squid and a lot of other Bell company actually did give a lot of stickers actually, which is really good, really cool because we have cases and such. Yeah. Yeah. I told you they're gonna do this.
One of the first things you'll notice out of the box is how good the design of this knife is. The knife is fantastically machined and has this beautiful, intricate pattern on the handles. Also, the blade shape is this very interesting tanto. This is an inked version of the Kraken, meaning the blade has been blackened with a very durable coating. Also, you'll notice the lettering on the knife stands out very vibrantly against the black background, but it also works pretty well on the satin version of the blade. I think they use a laser engraving system for this, but it turns out really nicely. Also, you'll notice this is a first production knife. This is number 646 out of 800, so that's pretty cool. If you get this knife in a drop later, know that I touched it and I ruined it for you. I'd say the blade shape on this one is pretty interesting. Nice. It's like a weird tanto style, but honestly it works really well. I love the way this knife silhouettes. I love the way that they managed to carry over the styling of their trainers into this live bladed version. It's very cool. So one thing to point out with this knife is that it doesn't have any Zen pin screws. They use set Zen pins, and that makes me very happy. I hate Zen pin screws.
Hey man, you want some Zen pin screws?
This knife came out of the box better than any knife I've ever tried. I actually had to message Squid Industries and ask if they did anything different to my knife than they normally do, which freaked them out a little bit because they thought it was broken, but actually it was just so good out of the box. This knife came with zero play, perfect swing, no tap, amazing. Every other knife I've ever owned, I've had to do something with, be that taking off the latch, adjusting the tightness of the pivots, sanding the edges of it so it was softer. There's all sorts of little things that you need to do to knives. This one does not require any of that. The only thing you have to do with this knife is put a little bit of oil on it and you're good to go. Squid Industries has some of the best quality control on their products that I've ever seen. And now we come into the meat of what I mean when I say you shouldn't touch this knife. I don't mean you shouldn't flip it, I mean that you should not mod it. This is the out-of-the-box knife. It doesn't need any
sense.
mods, it doesn't need any adjustments, it just needs to be flipped. Please God, don't adjust this knife. It ruins it. Somehow, Squid Industries sends you the knife perfect out of the box, and any adjustment you make will only make it worse than what they sent you. Especially with the inked model, you want to be careful if you're taking it apart at all, because you will ruin the coating on the pivots. The thing that gets me with this knife is I actually don't know if it needs bushings at all, or if the bushings are even doing anything. What's weird about this knife is that when I tightened it more, it completely locked up. However, when the knife doesn't have screws in it at all, it still doesn't have any tap. It has a little bit of play, but absolutely no tap. And I think that speaks to how good Squid Industries is at doing channel design balisongs. Honestly, this balisong doesn't need the bushings. It only needs the beautiful manufacturing done by Squid Industries.
So, oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh, Lazada, yeah. Just my recording. However, this is interesting. I mean, I've had my krake raken 2 version 2, if I'm not wrong. It's so good. I'm sorry. I love to just throw down that thing, not on the floor, but on my own fingers, and you can flip just like it used to. So it start from the first, which is hey, good product from Squid Industry, obviously. I do. Beautiful.
Just like Nike shoes, you should just flip it with this knife. Yahoo! Now let's talk about flipping it. This knife is a fantastic flipper. It might have a slight handle bias, but honestly it feels very neutral while you're flipping it. Also, this knife is very unique while it's flipping. This knife really only flips like itself. No other knife in my collection, nor any knife that I've really tried, feels the same as this knife. The closest thing to it would probably be the Squid Trainer, but even that isn't the same because of the length of the handles of this one. This knife really just flips like a raken, and I think that's super cool. This knife is really fast and agile, and honestly, it probably has the best flow out of any knife I own. I went through my entire collection flipping each knife and trying to get a really good flow going, and this one carried the best out of any of them. Also, for aerials, the swing of the handles is perfect and very predictable, so it's very good for aerials, and it's extremely good for parabolics. I can land parabolics on this knife every single time without any issue. So the handles on this knife are square-shaped, and honestly, that's both good and bad. The square-shaped design is a little bit hard to get used to when it comes to fanning, but once you get used to it, it feels really good in the hands. The milled texture on this knife is really, really good. It's perfect for while you're flipping. It gives you the right amount of grip everywhere you need it to be. And they added this really awesome milling at the end of the handle right on the sides. This gives you a lot of grip while you're doing things like choker fanning and also ice pick related tricks. I think small details like this really show that this knife was designed by flippers for flippers, and that makes me really happy. I think the aluminum handles on this knife are the best I've ever seen on any knife. The proper usage of aluminum makes the balance of this knife really, really nice, and even though it is easier to dent than titanium, it's a lot cheaper than titanium, and that keeps the price of this fantastic knife down below $300. So the blade itself is really good for flipping. It's very well balanced, but also right here, you can tell, once again, this was designed by flippers for flippers because it has the perfect amount of rounding right where your finger will be when you're doing chaplains and nowhere else. Nice and hard edges up top and then perfectly smooth and rounded down here. It's beautiful. This knife flips so good that it might actually make you a better flipper. It'll take tricks you already know and make them look even smoother and better because of its action, and also it'll be a stepping stone to even harder tricks in the future.
So that's chaplain.
So I think it's pretty obvious that I recommend this knife. Honestly, it's one of the most powerful flippers you can buy right now for under $300. And I think that's really awesome. Squid Industries hit a perfect price to performance ratio, utilizing things like their aluminum handles. And I think that's amazing. Honestly, if you're gonna start somewhere with a $30 balisong and then you wanna upgrade in the future, this is the next step to take, in my opinion.
That $30 balisong still exists today. You still got recommended to me.
That's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I really want to put a big thank you to Squid Industries for sending me this knife to review. I really enjoyed reviewing it, and I hope to get to review more of their products in the near future. Also, make sure you subscribe because our next video is going to be my big collection video for 2019, which will include all of the knives that I got this year and all of the changes that have been made to my collection. So stick around, you won't want to miss it. I really wanted to thank all of my viewers for this. You guys requested that I did this knife, and I'm really happy I got to. If you have any other knives you'd like me to review, definitely leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to get to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the moment. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go enjoy my swag.
I hate you. Well, oh my god, I got to the octopus knife. Wow, this is not for the review. No, we're not gonna do this. It's been 10 minutes already, so I'm gonna stop this recording. By the way, I too recommend raken for the beginners. The next step out is after the squiddy or squid trainer or just your typical unsharp uh, butterfly knife on Amazon or Alibaba.com or AliExpress or even Etsy. Also, it's up to you if you want to flip the life blade. You can flip the trainer blade. Don't worry, it's fine. However, it is pretty pricey for you guys. It is pretty pricey for you guys. It's fine. Just take your time, If you think that it's not worth it, then don't buy it. It's fine. It's fine. I did that once, yeah. Or you can start with Nebelis, I start with Nebelis. They did collab with Nebelis for the Vogue, and it's pretty good and it's pretty cheap. So I want to start with that one. Hey, however, if you want to start, just start. Okay. What kind of advice I give? However, that's the thing that we want to watch, which is krake review, freaking old video of Will Hurch, and I guess I see you in the next one.